Record on this computer. What's up, and welcome back to That's Crazy to Me with your hosts, Moss.
And Ace. All right, guys, we are going to talk about how it's a little indie game that is kind of out there. People might know it, and I feel like it's overrated. And we are talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, both indie and overrated.
Yes, it's all that. I don't know. I don't know about the indie thing, but it's really overrated, and it's just like, don't get me wrong, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, but I feel like the story is so complicated that, look, don't get me wrong, I have played every single game from one to Kingdom Hearts Melody of Melodies.
They actually named the game that.
Yes, it's a music game. You know, you gotta like sync up the music cues. It's like a Guitar Hero esque kind of game.
All right, yeah, thanks, Kingdom Hearts. Go on.
So I'm like, the reason why I love Kingdom Hearts, but then again I don't love Kingdom Hearts because they just be leaving us on like cliffhangers and stuff like that, and then they see it hurts my brain trying to even think about their plans and everything. Like,
What? Is it not simple to haphazardly throw Disney characters into one of the already most complicated franchises in existence?
it's not even the fact that they throw Disney characters in there. It's not. That's not even a fact. They throw Final Fantasy characters in there that be included with the plot.
I've
I
always considered Kingdom Hearts to be Final Fantasy with Disney characters thrown into it.
I always thought it was like a spinoff of Final Fantasy. Like, like it's an
That's
alternate
basically what
universe.
I just said.
That's an alternate universe. No, I'm talking about like an alternate universe. Like,
I mean, yeah, but that's still like I'm saying at first glance, it just yeah.
yeah, I get what you say. Like,
Keep talking.
no, because like I get what you say. Because in the first game, you saw more Final Fantasy characters than Disney characters. Like every world had like two Final Fantasy characters in there. Like Leon, the girl who died by
You're gonna have to be a little more specific there, buddy.
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth, and that's Aerith, I think. It's either Aerith or Eris. Honestly, man, I misheard her name for years, and I didn't play Final Fantasy as a kid, so like I'm always confused. I
Okay, I
think
have a
it's
question.
Eris.
Would you rather play Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts?
Final Fantasy, hands down.
Really? Why is that? No, I just want to know.
Uh, well, partially because well, I guess mainly because the Final Fantasy stories, I guess up until recently, were all rather self-contained. And even though each one could be complicated, the most you would have to do is keep track of it over like two discs, you know? Like it's not like Kingdom Hearts where the story kerfuffles itself over the course of several games, trying to mishmash themselves together in ways that don't quite fit.
Two, three, four, five,
I mean, Final Fantasy is that now, apparently, but like it wasn't for a long time.
three, four, three.
You're still counting the list of games? Is that
It's
what you're
20,
doing?
it was 20 games, and the remixes are the same game with different content. So they count it as a new game because they add on to the story that the first game did it explain. So they say 1.5 because they add a new world or a new mission that explains.
I agree. Overrated.
It's so overrated.
I don't even need to hear any more
it's,
about this to agree with you. And
it's
like,
so
look, I've
overrated.
only played like a good quarter of the first one because I let someone borrow it after that. Some girl I had a crush on in Tennessee. No, I don't remember her name. Don't ask me. And
I don't remember half the people's names.
and a little bit of chain of memories. I downloaded the ROM for the Game Boy emulator and was immediately upset because I didn't know it was a card-based system, and I just wanted to play the first game because I didn't get to because I let that girl have it.
It's a it's just
Oh, and
complicated.
I didn't beat Chain of Memories either. I got tired of it after like 3 hours.
You know what? Kingdom Hearts will be a great like TV show.
I miss flying the gummy ship.
Oh yeah, the Gunmanship was fun. Especially Kingdom Hearts 3, it's way better. But how do you agree with me? Do you think it should be a TV show?
Maybe I
It'd be kind of like Once Upon a Time.
yeah. Once Upon a Time was decent. I started it, didn't hold my interest for very long. I don't really think I would watch a Kingdom Hearts show. It might be really good. I personally would not be interested. I wouldn't want a Final Fantasy show either.
Yeah. I'm just
So
saying, like, because with all that lore and stuff, but like, do you think if they put it into like TV show, they got hours and hours and hours of like that they can flesh out the lore?
that would be, while I would not care for it, it would be great for Kingdom Hearts fans, probably.
Because I was sitting there and watch it. I really didn't watch Once Upon a Time. I just kept walking past and I saw, oh snap, there's a Disney character I know. Okay, I'm walking that
I have
way.
family members who were really into it. Like I've
uh,
been told about some weird plot lines with Peter Pan or something.
yeah, my wife was into it, and I don't like. I'm sorry, I don't like shows that the same. And this is off topic, but it's not kind of it's kind of on topic with Kingdom Hearts. I don't like shows or games or movies that the whole time the big bad is over everything, right? Kingdom Hearts. Xehanort is the big bad of all 20 games. He's the big bad. And he's the big bad of all 20 games. Once upon a time, Rumpelstiltskin, yeah, sprinkled in some other villains here and there, but they still lead back to him. And then what was another thing? And even with popular games like God of War, Big Bad Zeus leads back to Zeus. It's just like I don't like shows, movies, and stuff like that that it leads back to the big bad. And I don't know. I can't explain it. It's like when you get rid of the big bad the first time, better this way. When you get rid of the big bad the first time, the big bad should be done for the rest of the time, right?
That's a much better way of saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you keep bringing them back and bringing them back and bringing them back. Oh, let me give you a perfect example. The Flash, the Reverse Flash is the big bad dang near every season, or sprinkle him in. He's somewhere in every season.
Okay.
Season
I
one.
was like, you don't like overarching villains. You just don't like when they're not really defeated.
Yeah, I just don't like when they really defeat it. Like? What are these convoluted ways to bring him back? Like
Mm.
in like in Kingdom Hearts, like we don't talk about Kingdom Hearts. He he possesses different bodies. Like he go back in time, get the younger version of him. That's the first boss you gotta fight. Then he goes in the future, I mean the mid future, and get his body. That's the second in the second game. That's how you gotta fight. And then um sprinkling some dream drop distance. You always have to fight Xehanort at the end. And at Kingdom Hearts 3, you gotta fight 13 of him. I still
Now,
haven't beat level.
I want to say that it's usually a good thing, but it needs to be used correctly because it does it gets overused a lot. But say, for instance, right,
Mhm.
the MCU, one of my major complaints about them has always been that they don't utilize their villains correctly because they're always defeated too soon into things. For example, Ultron, the Age of Ultron, usually in comics, means he wins for a while. He's ruling
Yeah,
everything. They have to regroup, band together, possibly take literal years to defeat him. Sometimes it's even the next generation that has to defeat him because he murdered everyone of the past generation.
right.
The MCU had a week of Ultron, maybe,
I was
but
gonna
it's,
say, I was gonna say, that, let's change the title: Avengers: Rise of Ultron.
I mean, maybe if he rose like halfway, rise to what? Knee height?
um, or just Avengers Ultron.
Yeah, you see what I mean? You can't even fix it. Feel like my you just you there's villains like when I realized Ultron wasn't coming back, I was pissed. He's supposed to have an extra body stashed away somewhere that he goes into so we can go plan again and scheme.
Yeah,
Uh but some villains really benefit from that sort of thing. It makes sense to see them a good few more times. You have to utilize that. And then
but
there's like, but if they had introduced, say, Ultron in like phase one and he was still kicking around now for some reason, no, that's too much.
okay, what about Zemo? He was the kind of villain in the Civil War, and they brought him back as a comedic character in Falcon Winter Soldier.
I got excited when they started reintroducing people we hadn't seen since the early Captain America movies. I was like, oh, they didn't forget about these guys like I thought they did. They're
I
actually treating their villains like they should, sort of.
I ain't gonna lie. I can say a lot of things about the She-Hulk thing, the She-Hulk show. I don't want to sound kind of that word, but them bringing back Abomination was, I feel like, a good point in that show. But that's about it. And I don't care what nobody says. Spider-Man No Way Home was the best example of bringing back their villains, but they did it right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, mostly.
You said mostly. So what you disagree about that?
Out of all the villains, Sandman was just sort of there.
Oh, we can talk about Sandman. Was even like his say is like, I don't care what nobody say. The actor for Sandman's actor, y'all could at least got him back for like him just being pixelated and saying just disregarded everything in Spider-Man 3. And then did you know in that scene that they when they cured him, it was the scene where he first got his power as a Saiyan, but in reverse.
I did not know that.
It's the
Wow, that's
same
lazy.
that it's the same exact scene, but in reverse. Whenever you get a chance, watch it and then watch the first Spider, watch the third Spider-Man movie and that movie, you will see what the heck I'm talking about. Same exact scene, but
But
in reverse.
yeah, no, they may as well have not even included Sandman. But other than that, most of the villains were used pretty well.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That I feel like they should have included Spider Sandman.
Yeah, the movie wasn't perfect, but like it was still a really good movie.
I,
I've always told people that I found it to be more of a love letter to Spider-Man and less of a just good movie.
I feel
If it
like
was
that's
about anyone else, I wouldn't have liked it.
yeah, that was a perfect love letter to Spider-Man and Spider-Man's people. And I don't care what nobody say. I kind of tear up every time Andrew Garfield gets MJ. I ain't gonna lie, I do kind of tear up every time he catch her. But then I'm like, but why you like one of the smartest people, and you could have saved Gwen like that with the
Look, man, we can't blame MCU Andrew for the faults of the
Sony
Sony
Andrew.
writers because I think we all agree Andrew was a great Spider-Man who had a terrible script,
Oh
multiple
yeah.
terrible scripts,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
except for that Tiny Knives line that was gold.
That Tiny Lies line, it was hilarious.
Unfortunately, it was the most memorable part of the entire movie.
Gosh, he said, oh no, Nas on my weakness. Started dying.
Yeah, no, it
I'm,
gets me every time.
but like, cause okay, let me explain these both Spider-Mans. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was a great Spider-Man, but a weird Peter Parker, right?
Who was?
I don't know, huh?
Who
Tobey
was?
Maguire's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I'm sorry, rephrase that. He was a great Peter Parker,
Mhm.
okay Spider-Man.
Yes,
Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man,
right. Just the reverse.
but too cool Peter Parker.
Those were the exact words I was going to use. He was too cool.
It was too cool. Like
Like
I
this guy's Peter Parker? Absolutely not.
look, I'm like Peter Parker couldn't even find a date. You popping off people left and right. Come on now. And then Tom Holland just and he just right there. I feel like he's the embodiment of Spider-Man.
See, I've always felt like I'm conflicted because I feel like he was held back by the storyline as far as his actual portrayal of the character. Because, like, think about the fact that he was never even in the he was never in the headspace to even properly quip. He was
No.
either always fangirling over the superheroes he was around or being nervous about something else. He didn't grow into the role of Spider-Man enough to like really feel like Spider-Man when he fought and like well, let me put it this way, right? People were not telling him to shut up enough.
Yeah. And I think that Andrew Garfield did that because Tobey Maguire didn't really do that. He didn't do that.
No, he didn't.
He
They didn't really
he,
focus on it. The
he
Raimi movies were amazing specifically because they chose to focus on Peter Parker so much.
yeah, like but they didn't focus on the quicks because like Spider Man is mostly he mostly is quips. He is funny
He's
and
witty. He's one of the
yeah,
wittiest characters ever written.
like I if in the future if we could get one that's balanced Peter Parker Spider Man because I think that's the reason what happens to Spider Man.
Cartoons. Like half the Spider-Man cartoons nail it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about live action.
Yeah,
It's
but we should put
it's
respect on some cartoons.
I don't get me wrong, the cartoons are amazing. I'm talking about like live action movies just need to focus on what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. What makes because y'all gotta remember this was Stan Lee's favorite character. Yeah, like I was saying, Body Man of Spider-Man quips. Um, but we are so off topic. So yeah, back to Kingdom Hearts being overrated. It's just it is.
You go for it this time.
Okay. That will be all of this episode, how Kingdom Hearts is overrated. And just remember, your heart is your guiding key. Not to get sucked into these games. And don't forget to come back next week to listen to us rant some more about some stuff. All right, I'm Ace.
And I'm Moss.
Peace.
Do you know what just happened? Because I have no idea.